What is the process approach by David Balkwell? The process approach is a requirement of ISO 9001. We start off with policy statements in all management systems, and particularly a quality management system, which contains a number of commitments, and out of that, one in particular is objectives and targets. There are 3 steps in the process approach and grasping the requirements of ISO 9001. One is the customer rings up, we do something in the middle, and we chuck it out the other end. Essentially, customer contact, product or service realisation and dispatch. Under customer contacts, of course, we have business planning, customer focus, purchasing, product realisation, resource planning and order taking. Under the middle band, product or service realisation, of course different businesses and different departments need to be identified, different products and different business divisions. Under dispatch and delivery, we have maybe service handover, commissioning, customer feedback audit, checking and management reviews, etc. Some of which draw back right into the beginning of the customer contact part of this 3-step process to feed back and develop the beginning of the management system and evolve a much better management system, as we can see from this. This is the essentials of Plan, Do, Check, Act. Although this particular diagram indicates it in reverse, it's actually how Plan, Do, Check, Act works, the PDCA cycle. Underneath product or service realisation, of course, we think of a series of boxes. These are processes, process steps or activity steps to be precise, and there may be many of those. And what we're endeavouring to do is to get to the end of that process map and get a tick in the box to say that we've successfully complied with that process. Now, thinking about other elements of the process model, we need to recognise levels and functions within the organisation. So we go down to a particular level, a particular process or a stop or control point or hold point within the process map, along to a particular function to recognise, in line with the requirements of the standard, that objectives and targets need to be set at appropriate levels and functions. And then we'll find that those orange boxes, when we tie them back into a particular requirement, i.e. an objective and a target, there will be links within completely or a part of an individual objective and target. There will be many hold points or control points within process maps in the system under product or service realisation. They need to be recognised so that we can endeavour to move the organisation's performance forward, i.e. continual improvement. Of course, a control point could be a form, an output, or something which has been signed that demonstrates we can't move on in that process until that particular activity has been achieved or is successful. What we also have to think then about is encapsulating all those process maps that we've produced within a cone. And the cone pictorially describes the holistic cohesion between the management system processes, and around the perimeter of that model, of that cone, we would add our support processes such as document control, control of records, management review, objectives and targets, complaints handling and auditing, for example. And out of that, in this case, the red documentation box indicates a link with document control of a particular hold or control point within a process map. Documentation, of course, would have its own process map along with any other support process. They would be used as required to support the more specific product or service realisation process maps. Of course, what we've added in here in pink are health and safety support processes, in green environmental. That's essentially what the process approach is about and how the mechanics of that work. For further information, contact us.